Well, hello. Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Break Free TV with yours truly, your girl, Dr. Yolanda Sherman. Listen, on tonight, we have a great show for you on tonight. We're going to be dealing with real live conversations. Now, I know that, with the pandemic and everything that's going on, people are facing a lot of different things. But I have my co-host with me. We call him Chico, but it's Chikaris Thomas, his professional name. But we call him Chico, my brother, my friend, co-host, partner in crime, in a good way now. On the on the show today, so we're excited about it. Like I say, a lot of people are dealing with real life issues in this pandemic. And so we just kind of want to sit around and dialogue tonight about some of the things that are affecting us, and more so with our families, relationships, our marriages, being single, you name it. It is affecting the family. About that, Chico?
That is within this pandemic. Some households that have come together.
Yeah.
You have households that have really divided and separated.
Yeah.
Like from a personal standpoint, I can honestly say that my family right now is actually coming together.
Wow.
My mom passed, it's been right at 9 months now.
Yeah.
And with that being said, my sister and I were kind of distant, but this pandemic has actually brought us closer together. We're communicating. We actually have a real dialogue.
Wow.
Where we're laughing and talking,
that's
genuinely,
good.
in the moment. And so, like I said, from a personal standpoint, it's been okay. Like from a job standpoint,
Yeah.
I have been working on, a week off. So God has actually blessed me to not have to struggle or to, have to go through a financial hardship during this time. So
wow.
I'm very appreciative of what's going on right now.
I know for me, Chico, with my family, everything has slowed down a little bit. But it's like lately, it's like God is just doing so much. And it's in such an amazing way that I was talking to my husband, I was like, it seems like to me, things are getting better now than before. You know what I'm saying? And then also with family standpoint, and it's like you say about not struggling. It's like God is doing some things that it's like, it's not as hard as it was, prior to the pandemic. I know for me, my husband and I, we are able, like we're doing little projects at the house and, getting things done and, spending more time laughing, the kids are grown now, so, we can just, have quality time and stuff like that. So, yeah.
It's a way to, if you take advantage of it, to where persons could have, you're rebonded. Especially from a husband and wife standpoint, you could be rebonding right now, from fitness or reading, or sitting down watching movies together. Whatever it may be, these things can be done right now because you have time. People always say, oh, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. You do. It's about, like we were speaking a little earlier, it comes down to management, and that's time management. You get 24 hours in a day. Use it wisely.
What are you gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do with your time? So I people don't understand. This is a time, but it's also, you see a high rate of domestic violence. Child abuse. And I think that, before this, people had a way to not. To get away from it, a little bit. But now, since everybody's quarantined and the pandemic, it's like the increase is up, in that sense.
But that comes back to self.
Yeah.
Because that's patience.
Yeah.
These are your kids. So you have to, just like that teacher,
yeah,
to be patient with them, you have to be the same. So don't send them off knowing that, you know, your child is like this here, and you expect that person to be patient and in a certain way, and you don't.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, especially like from the domestic violence standpoint.
Yeah.
If this is what's been going on within this pandemic, I hope you've made a decision, a conscious decision, to make a move and move around. Because you can forgive. That's not something that you can forget. Like verbal abuse, physical abuse, whatever abuse it may be. This is not something that you need to deal with from a man's perspective or a woman's perspective.
Yeah.
It's not always just the women that get beat or verbally abused. We as men do too. Depending on what type of lady you're dealing with.
Wow.
So yeah, I hope that, you know,
they seek some help.
That they seek some help if you still want to be with this person. If not, leave them. Still seek help, because you might need a little counseling and guidance before you go into another relationship, because you don't want to bring that baggage with you.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think a lot of times, you know, it stems back from people with, you know, low self-esteem, or it could be a history of it, like you may have watched somebody, you know, in your family, a parent or something went through that, and it seems like that it's, you know, has become your norm. But that's really not a normal thing. I mean, you got to really challenge and change your way of thinking, your mindset of how you, challenge your thinking.
That's it right there.
Yeah, you got to challenge your thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, this pandemic is bringing out a whole lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is really showing individuals, if they're paying attention to self, who they are, what they're about, what you like and what you don't like. Like, for real, especially in a relationship.
You
know.
Well, I don't think nobody should be like nobody going upside their head and cussing them out. I mean, you got to, one of the ladies I know, shout out to her, she designs Know Your Worth. You know, Lisa Recorder. And baby, you got to know your worth. You know, you got to know your worth. And some people, they don't value who they are. And your life is too precious to, you know, allow anybody to verbally abuse you or mental abuse you. And you know what I think? Because now, you know, they probably did it every now and then. So, you know, you had those bracelets, you go to work and this and that.
Exactly.
But with everything on shutdown, you got to look at your abuser every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's no, you know, really getting no way of escape, you know, and things like that.
And you know, you have individuals who may say, well, you know, I'm still here because of the kids or this and that. Don't make that no excuse. So you're going to suffer abuse and basically put yourself in a bad situation because you want to have a piece of man or a piece of woman to try and hold on to. No, you can do bad by self. We done heard that many times. There's songs made behind it, but you can. You can do good by yourself.
Lord have mercy.
Until that right individual comes along. But definitely don't settle, ladies and gentlemen. Do not settle. If you're going to settle by yourself. Find time to love you, so you'll know how to make that other person love you as well.
Wow, ladies and you know, that's my favorite. You know, that's my brother there. We just hate, that, ladies and gentlemen, you know, he has a polite way of putting it on out there. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. But in the midst of it, you need to change your way of thinking, ladies and gentlemen. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and it's just, you know, with the kids and stuff like that, the kids suffering, and, you know, some of them, you know.
And with that being said, say the verbal and the physical abuse, even within this pandemic, or just if it's been going on prior to, this is something that, even from a lady's perspective and male, when they get in relationships as they grow, they end up being those persons, the abusers. Or
most definitely
end up accepting it because you think this is the norm.
The normal,
And I say that because I ended up being that individual.
Wow.
early on in life because of what I see. And it wasn't that my mom, was in like physical or verbal abuse. It was another family member who was dealing with it on a regular basis. When I was right there to see this consistently. And so that ended up transpiring over into me. Into my early relationships, like honestly. Yeah, I used to talk crazy. I'm
not
shy.
You, ladies and gentlemen, but your mom.
Yeah. Oh, slick. Oh man.
Ladies and gentlemen, but it does. I mean, and it's good that you're saying that because, when people look at you now, Chico, the trainer, Chico, the nice person, very, well-mannered and stuff, they wouldn't have never guessed in a million years that Chico back in the day was Chico for real. Chico, so, that's, I mean, and people got to understand that, when you see these things at such a young age, it really gets into your mental capacity and psychological, and you start taking on those behaviors. You know what I'm saying? And I pray for my children all the time because, like in my husband's family, it's in his family, generational. It's a history of drinking. And when you drink, you just cuss like a sailor. I mean, it just come out in the morning, you done come out from the black eye, and you don't even remember that you was acting donkey the day before. And so, even for my children, my grandchildren, I always pray that prayer, over my children because, those things, but that was like stuff that happened generational, and it hit my husband through the early years of our marriage, and he talked crazy, and should I talk crazy back, and we ended up having heated fellowship, and all because of something that was generational that transpired. But once we got past that, he's a loving person. But Lord have mercy, if you gave, he had too much of that, whatever that stuff they be drinking back then, because I ain't never just been no drinker. There ain't I have a natural high and still got one today.
You have.
But his whole family.
Like you said, the generational thing that comes along with it. And then you end up taking upon self as an adult. But
they have good hearts, but
somewhere in there, if God don't touch your heart and your mind, you gotta make a conscious decision, man, to know that I can't keep living my life this same way. And that was my mindset. When God came into my life and changed my mindset the way He did, I was in the light, so to speak. I can recall I would go in at night and pray like, I really don't want to be living like this. I really don't want to have to live this life and this be my long haul. And I looked up one day and He answered the prayer and took it from me. And so, definitely He answers prayers, ladies and gentlemen. Some things ain't done,
I know He answers prayers to my husband. He, we were talking, and he has and I never really paid attention to it, but it was a emblem that he had made and put on a gold chain. And he said, babe, I said, what? He said, I have this emblem. He said, it's a person with praying hands. He said, I had that specifically made because that's what you do for me. Cool. You prayed over my life. And he's been having all these years. And I never paid attention to it.
Gotcha.
And so the other day he said, I want to show you something. And I was like, huh? He said, this here, I had this specifically made because this reminds me of you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking like, even in his crazy days, he knew I knew how to put, so
he was definitely a believer in prayer. Even in the midst of what he was doing, he still know that she's praying, and everything is somewhere in there one of those prayers came to pass, and you know, okay, yeah.
But I'm telling you, we just laugh, and I remember, you know, and that's why I like real life conversations, because we have to be real about things. There was a time, you know, hey, he say something crazy, I'm gonna say something crazy back. We had to laugh, and he said, baby, you would always tell them stuff, because I remember. He was talking about, I'm finna go out with the fellas, and they had been drinking. This was like years ago. I said, nah, you ain't finna go out nowhere and think I'm finna be sitting up here and you finna be talking, you know, and I end up throwing a bottle through the window. And we sit up, we laughed about that. And see, here's the deal. I didn't come up like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I had, my mama, you know, me and my sister, we was chilling. Yeah. We ain't have that. So I'm like, I'm right here acting like I had a chicken with his head cut out, you know. And so we had to let him talk about, boy, you wasn't that nice back then. I said, well, look, you wasn't that nice. And so we laughed about it, but it was, when it was happening, it wasn't funny. It was a reality, and that's what people fail to realize. They don't want to talk about their reality. Yeah. And so we done been through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now we just like old people. We be laughing and talking and sitting on the porch, you know, on the porch or whatever, you know, like the old people. But we both had to change our mindset and way of thinking, you know, so.
That's the only way you can get past a certain point. You have to be willing to open up and do that. Yeah. You can't stay stuck because you're not going to evolve. You're not. The situation is going to stay here.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
And definitely having to have, you know, the open dialogue.
Yeah. I mean, we done talked more in this pandemic.
That's cool.
I'm telling you, see, you know what I'm saying? You just got to talk, and you know, you got to. People got to communicate. You know what I'm saying? People in relationships, whether it's with your children, you know, with your parents, you know what I'm saying? Your siblings, whoever it is, you gotta have.
Speak what's on your mind.
Yeah, speak true.
Speak true. What's really going on.
Yeah.
And that's always been my thing when I have dealt with like certain situations. I always say, give me the black and white, all this so I need what it is so I can make a conscious decision. Yeah. But the fluff, as my boss calls it, we don't need that.
But you know, Chico, don't nobody want to tell their real truth though. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. So, you know, even, you know, we go to church and we holy, I got it, we got it all. 5 baptized people, tongues, all that. Tell you real truth. You already know, some of us in this pandemic are real good, bad, and ugly done came out.
Oh, definitely.
It's all out there. So that I think it's a time that we need to regroup and re-strategize and change our what?
Way of thinking. You gotta change your way of thinking. You have to change your mindset. Like, big time.
Big time.
It has to happen. Especially like with you being a Christian or whatever your religion may be. Yeah. It's about your walk, ladies and gentlemen. We can't save nobody. We can only save self. But your walk, your body of what you do can help save somebody. Yeah. It can keep them from stumbling. Yeah. You know what I mean? If they're a babe on milk, so to speak. With them right into learning scriptures and stuff. Yeah. And if I look into you as a highly individual and I see you do something. Yeah. And I don't stumble.
Yeah, you know and it's damaging. Yeah. And we have to, a lot of times we're not careful, you know, the way, you know, I always tell people, look, keep your own going. Keep your own. You'll never go wrong. You'll never get misled. Nope. I thank God for your life, for you following me. I'm going to do the best that I can to present my body unto the Father. Right. But at the end of the day, I want you to keep your eyes on that. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be the one because you don't understand that I had that moment that somebody made me mad for that split moment. Right. I want to tell them off, but I thank God for a changed mindset because now I know how to deal with the fact if something made me mad, I know how to, because now I think, and that just comes with maturing. You understand what I'm saying? And you're in a different way of thinking. Now I know that, hey, if this happens, let me go cool off here.
Right.
Because how many people are watching me?
Yeah.
Now back in the day,
it wouldn't have been a thought.
It wouldn't have been a thought. It would just been a reaction, and I could have prayed about it, and I guess repented and turned away from it, and probably went back to it again. It wasn't that type. It wasn't true repentance. You know what I'm saying?
You say where you are now.
Yeah.
In your walk.
Yeah.
There are certain persons that do.
Yeah.
Kind of hold you high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
And depending on where their mind is.
Yeah.
Like you said, see you do something in a manner of, oh, this is not the norm.
Yeah.
They can stumble.
Yeah.
Depending on where their mind is. But that's why the Bible tells us, don't, hold persons too high regard.
Yeah, yeah.
And as far as like,
yeah.
What is it?
I know where you're going. Putting themselves, up there.
Yeah.
Because they can easily,
cause you to stumble and,
yes.
and be deterred.
Yes.
From where you're trying to go.
Yes.
So yeah, like I said, that's why I come back to your walk. That's what it is.
You're serious about that walk, aren't you, Tom?
I mean, because that's what it is. That's the only way that I can, per se, save you or help you.
Yeah.
Me speaking and saying this and saying that.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing, because if I'm not walking it,
it don't mean nothing. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
That's why I say
the walk. Yeah. Because a lot of times people look at, they look at your walk, they look how you react to stuff, they look how they really look, they really look because
people are not taking you.
They not, you are absolutely 100% right, and they wait to see how they pick you apart. But the one thing that I will tell people, if you be transparent, that's why I tell people, go on, get your moment out, but get back on where you need to be.
Yeah.
Because here's the deal. I'm not going to tell you you're not going to get mad about something. I'm not going to tell you you're not going to hurt. I'm not going to tell you you're not going to cry. I'm not going to tell you you're not going to get angry. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you that because that's a human emotion. That's a human reaction. You know what I'm saying? But what I will tell you is to before you make any kind of decision, you may want to pray about it, especially with something that done ran your eye. Before you react upon it, and God always gives you a different way of handling the situation. But if you don't allow him that time in your walk with him, you gonna walk another way.
Just to piggyback on what you're saying, not to be too personal, I guess. But my brother, right now he sends like these random messages out, just off the wall.
Wow.
But me taking that pause in between the response, that's what's kind of good about a text message.
Yeah.
You can read it. You got time to delay.
Before you actually respond to it, Chico.
And I can say that God has really been working with me because my response has not been that initial reaction of why I really wanted to. No. So I know that I'm maturing, I'm evolving. And it's just time. And coming back to communicate. I'm not gonna let you ruffle my feathers, dude. I'm not gonna let that happen. It might not even be you doing it. It could be coming from a different way of you being you.
Yeah.
And by me being in a different mindset, I know to look.
You gotta recognize the tactics of the enemy, I'm telling you. Because I know, shoot, at work,
come on.
Well, this nurse, she didn't calm down now. She just used to do some, and I know she was doing crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I just had to look at it a different way. And it was just, and I said, you know what, Lord? You gonna show me how I need to handle this. And so since I did it God's way, Then God turned around and he did something another way. Now she's overly nice. But at first she was doing vindictive stuff. But I wouldn't respond to what was happening.
Right.
You know, I just had to pray about it. You know what I'm saying? And that, yeah, I had to do it, Chico. And so since I matured and I did God, I got blessed all the way around. She's so nice to me. And I just say, thank you, Lord. And you know why? Because had I responded in the old man, it would have been a problem. But since it wasn't the old man that's in me, and I'm new in Christ, no, and then there's too many people, they watching me. And you have to be careful because you don't know who is watching your life that you may cause to stumble because you reacted in that moment. And you may be mature enough to go to God, you know, Lord, please forgive me, and, you know, and get that thing right. But for that person who may be somebody who have a high respect for you, and who you say you are in God, or who you present yourself that you are in God, that could cause them to stumble because they're looking at you. You know what I'm saying? And so we just, you know, it's very good that we have to be careful on, even like you said, making sure that we communicate properly, and then text messages. I don't really sometimes like text messages because it may get misinterpreted. Let me just talk to you. If I can't talk to you, then let me just leave it alone. Because when you get through with all them text messages, I know it can misinterpret something.
Big time.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's happened several times. So I'm totally with you.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest thing too. I don't like that. I want a phone conversation.
Yeah.
You know, that way I can really listen to you.
Wow.
And you can listen to me.
Yeah. Wow, this time has really flown by fast. Listen, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Breakthrough TV.